On November 22, 1963, the world was forever changed when President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. For decades, the details surrounding that tragic day have been the subject of intense investigation, speculation, and controversy. While the official narrative, established by the Warren Commission, concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in firing the fatal shots, the release of thousands of classified documents over the years has kept the debate alive. Now, new bombshell testimony from a recent congressional hearing is casting fresh light on the assassination and challenging long-held assumptions. As the hearing convened, members of Congress, historians, and the public listened intently to witnesses who had direct knowledge of the events or had accessed previously unreleased material. Among the most startling revelations was the testimony of a retired intelligence officer who, for the first time, broke decades of silence. He recounted how, in the weeks leading up to the assassination, intelligence agencies were tracking a series of unusual communications between foreign operatives and individuals within the United States. According to his testimony, certain messages referenced a major event in Dallas and warned of unprecedented consequences. The hearing also featured testimony from an archivist who had worked with the National Archives on the JFK files. She described the meticulous process of cataloguing documents and noted that, even now, significant portions remain classified. She revealed that among the newly released files are memos indicating heightened CIA surveillance of Oswald during his trip to Mexico City just weeks before the assassination. These memos suggest that Oswald's meetings with Soviet and Cuban officials were more extensive than previously believed, raising questions about whether he was acting alone or as part of a larger conspiracy. Perhaps most shockingly, a former Secret Service agent took the stand to recount new details about security lapses on that fateful day. He testified that, contrary to established protocol, a last-minute change in the motorcade route was made without proper security assessment. He also described receiving credible threats in the days prior, which, he claims, were not acted upon by higher authorities. The agent expressed regret, stating that key warnings were overlooked or ignored, leaving the president vulnerable at Dealey Plaza. The hearing delved into the broader context of Cold War tensions. Another witness, a historian specializing in foreign intelligence, testified that Kennedy's policies toward Cuba and the Soviet Union had made him a target not only for foreign adversaries, but also for hardliners within his own government. He pointed to documents suggesting that factions within the CIA and other agencies were deeply dissatisfied with Kennedy's approach, particularly after the Bay of Pigs fiasco and his efforts to de-escalate with the Soviet Union. The implication was clear. The motive for removing Kennedy may have extended far beyond Oswald's personal grievances. In response to these revelations, several members of Congress called for the immediate release of all remaining classified JFK assassination files. They argued that only full transparency can restore public trust and finally lay to rest the conspiracy theories that have persisted for over 60 years. The hearing concluded with a renewed commitment to uncovering the truth, wherever it may lead. As the nation reflects on this latest chapter in the JFK assassination saga, one thing is certain: the story is far from over. These new testimonies remind us that history is not always settled, and that the answers to some of our most enduring questions may still be hidden in the shadows of the past. With the ongoing release of documents and courageous witnesses stepping forward, the search for the full truth behind the assassination of President John F. Kennedy continues to captivate and challenge us all.